Hey everyone, welcome to tonight's Big Brother 15 recap.
Alright, so last time we checked in with the hamsters, Howard and Spenny were nominated.
And everyone was thrilled, except for them.
And Candy.
And Jessie. Who went crying to Howard and she was like, I just feel like you're such a good guy and I feel bad.
You're poor, you deserve it.
Yeah.
Whatever. So McCray tells Spence he's a pawn. He wants him to get riled up so that he fights hard to win the POV because he wants to make sure that his girl, his lady queen, gets her wish and Howie goes home.
Yes.
But Spenny's not buying it.
He's like, yeah, I don't believe it, pizza boy. So Howard decided he needs to set some things straight. So he decides to make a little speech in front of everyone when he has the chance.
Blah, 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 blah. Filing a cake. Blah, 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 blah. Personal conversations. Or should I say, personal conversations. Blah, 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 blah. That is not what I would do. That's all I got. Sorry, this is the only chance I may have to use this.
You know when, like, someone uses a whole bunch of, like, speech starters and just, like, puts them all together? And he's like, in a sense, I guess sometimes it's true that
but maybe
once
not
in a while.
Yeah.
It was that kind of thing. And it was very confusing.
Everyone was very confused. They just sat around afterwards and were like, mind blown.
I think he just has a hard time articulating his thoughts sometimes.
Either he's brilliant, or he's stupid, or he's just really bad at communication.
I think he's just bad at communicating.
Alright, so everybody's sitting around wondering who the MVP is.
Alyssa's like,
who is it?
I think it's Andy.
And most people think it's Howie. But some people still think it's Alyssa.
Spencer's like, oh, it's Alyssa.
Aaron thinks it's definitely not America. Because the MVP chose Amanda.
Shocker.
I guess that's the same one that chose you, Aaron.
Yeah. So after everyone found out that America was the MVP nominee, it was time to determine who was playing in the Power Veto competition.
Alright, so it is Candy and Jessie.
They're the two extras, and the host is Helen.
I'm really not liking Helen anymore. She's just so annoying.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. She's too in your face.
Yeah. So before the competition, there was more speculation about who the MVP is and blah, blah, blah.
It's got to be anyone else. So Amanda thinks it's Howard. So she goes to confront him.
She's like, did you put me up?
And he's like, I'm telling you, I'm not the MVP.
He makes a good point in the diary room. If he was, why would he tell her anyway?
And by the way, when he said, I'm not the MVP, that was the short version of blah, 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 blah. I think he's speaking in tongues.
No. It's like that beauty pageant queen, like a while ago, a couple years ago, when she was like, and like, such as...
Oh, God.
Maps. More maps. That one.
Alright. Well, they showed something that looked quite promising in the beginning because, as you know, every year has a birdophobe.
There's always at least one house guest who's afraid of birds.
So,
and this year, it appears to be Andy.
Although it was kind of disappointing, the bird was just like, hi, hi. And he was like, eh?
Yeah. I thought there was going to be a little more action
I thought he was going to be running around screaming like a little girl. But
I think they just needed a little filler.
Anyway, it's time for the veto comp. And Crazy Helen is running through the house in a mad scientist outfit, including skull cap and crazy partial Einstein wig.
Yes.
They are traveling back in time.
It was just like Gardens of Time on Facebook.
It was really kind of interesting, actually.
I liked all the dinosaurs and the squirrel with the teeth in the back.
Yeah. There was, like Maddie said, the effed up squirrel, some lava coming out of a volcano, some dinosaurs, lots of carbon dioxide. Sorry, not carbon monoxide. No one would have come out of that capsule. Lots of carbon dioxide smoke from the dry ice, I'm sure. So it's basically find the puzzle pieces and put together your stone veto.
Yes.
It looked pretty straightforward.
But everyone seemed to be having trouble with it.
You know those baby puzzle pieces that have like 3 pieces and you can fit the shapes right back in where they go? I don't even think they would have been able to figure that one out.
I mean, they kept saying that it was harder than it looked, but it really didn't look that hard.
No. Amanda was actually doing the best.
But then she forgot some pieces, so she lost some time there.
And Spencer was doing almost as good as her, but then he figured out that he was missing one piece too when he put them all in and there was nothing left.
Yeah.
And he ended up winning though because she just couldn't pull it out. She couldn't pull it out of her rear end. Alright, so
now that Spencer won the POV, it's time for Aaron, or
he won
Aaron,
the veto.
to think of who else she's going to put up.
Alright.
She needs a new nominee.
She freaking hates Candace's ass face.
She
hates her.
She's like, Candace is the cause of all of my problems and my pain in this house. And maybe the cause of the problems is your racist remarks.
Yeah.
Let's start there.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's not Candace's fault that she's black and you don't like it.
Exactly. So she wants to put her up because she wants all of her problems to magically disappear out the door. So Candy senses this, I'm sure. She knows she's not Aaron's favorite. So she goes to talk to Helen because Helen's running the show right now.
She's like, Helen, I know you're controlling the house.
Aaron's just puppet.
We're supposed to be friends. Help me out here.
Right.
And Helen is like, what? I don't control it.
I'm not running things. Who gave you that idea? Well, it didn't go well because Helen got possessed.
Yeah. She's like, oh crap, now I look like a threat.
Now she runs to all of the people who are controlling everything with her and is like, we need to get rid of Candy.
Alright, so let's talk POV meeting.
Alright, Spencer uses it. Shocker!
And Candace is up!
Another shocker. So, Candace blames Helen and Alyssa and she is going to hunt them down like they are in the Hunger Games after this is all over.
Yeah.
And Aaron hates Candy. And by Candy, I mean Candace. She loves Candy. Alright, and Amanda. Really? She wants to break up the showmance? Hello, pot, meet kettle.
Yeah.
And Howard.
I don't even know what his last message was.
What did he even say? I don't know. But I guess we'll find out tomorrow when one of the clowns is going home. Till next time, much love.